We start off seeing young Emma and Cecilia's childhood video diaries about how their mothers were best friends and they were pregnant at similar times. We then see older Cecilia, and she's promoting Elon Musk, a new face mask by Elon Musk. After filming her video, she realizes that she's on her period, so she goes to buy tampons. She runs into Emma, her childhood best friend, but is startled to see her and runs the other way. After she's done paying, Emma reintroduces herself to Cecilia and calls her Sissy, which was Cecilia's childhood nickname, but she says she goes by Cecilia now. Emma tells her the great news that she's engaged and invites her to the karaoke party. Emma asks for her Insta handle and she sees that she's a mental health advocate influencer. At the karaoke party, we see Emma's fiancé Fran, and Emma and Fran's friend Tracy, who's giving the first speech of the night. Emma has the time of her life and gets wasted, and she drags Cecilia to sing their favorite childhood song. And they both remember the little choreography they created to the song, and everything's great, until Emma throws up on Cecilia's shirt. After she cleans up the vomit off her shirt, Emma tells her that she should join her and Fran's Hens weekend, which is a Bachelorette weekend, and she agrees to come. On Cecilia's way home, she goes through Emma's Instagram and notices one account that frequently likes her posts and immediately remembers the name of the account as the biggest bully of her childhood. When she gets home, she instantly goes back to rewatch their old home videos. While watching the videos, she sees the pink hair and decides to dye her hair the same color. Cecilia arrives to go on the Hens weekend, and Fran gives her the van keys so that she drives them to the cabin. Fran and Emma's friends Tracy and Jamie are also coming. On the way, they pass a dead animal on the road. Everything starts off really well, with happiness radiating all throughout the car, until Fran gets a message and it's from Alex, and her happiness and smile immediately dies when she hears that Alex is at the cabin already waiting for everyone. While Cecilia is stuck in a trance because of her memories of Alex, she accidentally hits a kangaroo. It doesn't immediately die, and while it's down, Cecilia goes into another trance and this time imagines it being young Alex on the ground hurt, until Fran snaps her out of it and insists on running it over as it's the humane thing to do. When they get to the cabin, everyone's very excited and they all go inside while Cecilia stays outside in the car. When she finally decides to go inside, the main door everyone used is locked and has to use the back door. Cecilia's presence literally kills the mood and Alex's heart is racing, and she pulls Emma outside and gets mad at her for inviting Cecilia, calling her a crazy lunatic psycho. A few moments later, Alex apologizes for her reaction, saying that she just didn't expect to see her here. Then Cecilia gives Emma a wedding gift, which is the time capsule they made together when they were 12, and then goes on to show them the video diaries they made as well. But the video is cut short when Alex turns off the TV because dinner is ready. They're all talking about relationships, and Alex asks why Cecilia doesn't have a significant other, and she says that she's too busy and focused on her job to have a boyfriend. Then Alex, Fran, Tracy, and Jamie learn that she's an influencer with 200,000 followers. They start attacking her as she's not actually licensed to give out advice, saying that someone could really die because of her bad advice. They also learn that she has promoted Chris Hemsworth's app as well as Elon Musk's very own face mask. Cecilia continues on saying that she helps people see their worth and helps them out with self-confidence, depression, OCD, and everyone goes to the conclusion that she's basically a psychologist, but she says she isn't, as she didn't go to college for a psychology degree. Then Emma says that Fran does similar work as she's actually a qualified psychologist. Alex then says that Fran is really the only one helping people out, as Cecilia's followers aren't even real-life people. After cheering, Alex says how ironic it is that Cecilia out of all people is the one preaching about mental health, and sarcastically asks if she's rebranding. Cecilia's feelings are hurt and she storms off. Cecilia opens up to Emma that she feels and knows that Alex is always going to see her as Sissy the Sissy, and she knows she's triggering Alex's memories. Emma comforts her and says that she was young and didn't know what she was doing and that she's a good person, but we aren't told what exactly she did. After everyone's gone to bed, Cecilia wakes up from a bad dream, and coincidentally, Alex can't sleep either. Alex apologizes for the way she acted at dinner and asks Cecilia for a truce, and they truce. While holding Cecilia's hand, Alex learns that she has the softest hands and just starts rubbing it all over her face, then moves on to the left side of her face and says that maybe Cecilia's moisturizer can fix her scar, and then we see her hand digging deep into Alex's cheek, but then Cecilia wakes up and it was just a nightmare. She notices a letter written by Emma with a map of where they'll be spending their day today. Cecilia heads to the spot but finds them gossiping about her. Alex sees Cecilia hide behind the tree. Fran points out how weird it is that she's never heard of Cecilia, and then she's suddenly invited to their hens. Alex says that she always disliked her because she used to cling to Emma like a koala, and it ended really badly when she confronted her about it. Emma sticks up for her, saying that Alex wasn't the victim as she relentlessly bullied her, so she should forget about everything as it all happened a long time ago. Alex counters this by saying that she's not the one who has to look in the mirror every day and be reminded of Cecilia's actions, and then Tracy and Jamie gasp. Then say that Cecilia is cancelled out loud, and Jamie even starts snapping his fingers in a sassy way. Emma walks away from the conversation. Then everyone follows and leaves Alex alone. She calls Cecilia saying that she knows she's hiding behind the tree. Alex then asks her upfront what the hell she's doing at Emma's hens, and she says that she's trying to reconnect with Emma and potentially reconcile with Alex. But Alex proceeds to call her a psychopath and says that she can't connect with anyone. Alex takes her phone and uses Face ID and unlocks it and records a video forcing Cecilia to admit what she did to her. Cecilia doesn't flinch or say a word, so Alex takes it upon herself to explain what she did, and it turns out that the scar on her cheek is because of Cecilia. She tries to post the video, but they start fighting over the phone, then Alex posts it. Cecilia picks up the cute rock and hits Alex over the head with it, and she immediately starts to bleed and goes out. But on the brighter side, Cecilia is able to stop the uploading of the video in its last 3 seconds. We then see that Cecilia stabbed Alex's cheek with a spade she and Emma used to bury their time capsule. Because prior to this, Alex was taunting her with the saying, "Sissy, the sissy," and she lost it. She drags Alex's body into the woods and takes off her half-heart best friend's necklace off her neck and wears it. As Emma has the other half, she then proceeds to start a live video talking about the importance of going outside into nature and connecting with it, acting very calm and normal. And as she stops the live, we see Jamie coming her way, so she hides behind a tree. Jamie sees a cute decorated sand tower and then decides it's the best place for him to pee. He hears some noises and thinks it's Tracy and continues peeing, but his pee now removes a bit of the sand and we see that Alex's ear will almost pop out. So Cecilia comes out to distract him from seeing it. He's so confused on why she was watching him pee and why on earth she's dirty, and she says that it's because she fell down a while back. When they're leaving, Jamie's cane doesn't support him well and he falls over and Alex's whole head becomes exposed. Jamie only sees her when he looks down, then Cecilia acts shocked and surprised and asks if that is Alex. Jamie takes a look at Cecilia and then starts running away, but even with only one functioning leg, he's much faster than Cecilia. Meanwhile, Tracy gives Fran and Emma a chance to be alone together. Jamie continues running, but of course ends up at the edge of a cliff with a crazed murderer behind him. Cecilia says that it was a mistake, but Jamie asks her why didn't she come to them first and tell them what happened if it's really a mistake. She says that she knew they wouldn't believe her because apparently to them she's cancelled, and then mimics Jamie's finger-snapping actions as he said she's cancelled. Cecilia then starts asking Jamie to help her and he says that it's okay and he's here, and he sees her. Tracy calls out to Jamie and he calls out back at her, and Cecilia pushes his cane and he unfortunately falls off the cliff. She hides behind a boulder while Tracy looks for him. It's now nighttime and we see Fran calling Tracy, but she's too busy watching Paradise Lust to hear it. Cecilia sees her and picks up a twig and starts cutting a bit up her arm and walks into the house acting like she's in distress. Tracy runs Cecilia a bath and says that she can't believe that Alex did that to her, and then continues to say that she was probably getting back at her. Cecilia starts getting mad and says that what happened when they were kids wasn't her fault at all. Tracy starts getting uncomfortable, then says she's going to fetch her phone, but Cecilia tightly holds onto her arm until she breaks free. Cecilia says that she isn't at all the person that Alex is claiming she is. Tracy offers to take her outside to catch some fresh air, but she pushes Tracy into the bathtub, and her hair gets stuck, and the more she tries getting out, the more it tugs, which leaves her being scalped alive by a bathtub. Meanwhile, we see that Miss Alexandra Kudis didn't actually die, and she wakes up with one of her eye bloodied and possibly blind. Cecilia packs her things and starts driving with home being her destination. But there's a person on the road asking for a lift, and it's Fran. The seatbelt won't move down for Fran to wear it, while Cecilia continues to speed. Cecilia then asks her where Emma is, and Fran says she has no idea where she is. Cecilia gets mad, then talks about the pact that she and Emma made when they were 12 that they'd end up staying in a nursing home together. But now that won't happen because she's getting married to Fran soon. She continues to speed while Fran still can't get the seatbelt down. She finally stops the car, and of course Fran flew right through the windshield. She walks to Fran and tells her not to worry because it's the humane thing to do, directly quoting what Fran said in the beginning of the movie about running over the kangaroo to put it out of its misery. And that's exactly what she does to Fran. She changes her mind and takes a U-turn back to the house. Alex is still trying to crawl out of the woods and spots a light, but her eyesight is bad because of the concussion and debris in her eyes. She finds out the light is coming from a cell phone. She crawls further to a cane, and when she uses the light to look around, she sees Jamie's bruised and dismembered body. Cecilia goes back to the house and stares at the picture on the wall, and she starts hearing her younger self yelling the name Sissy. She starts laughing maniacally and then hits her head with her phone repeatedly to make it seem like someone attacked her. She then starts another live video saying that Alex Kudis is going on a rampage killing her friends, and she needs immediate help. Emma finally gets home and finds a bloodied Cecilia and goes to look for towels for her, then pulls one from underneath the bed but it has blood on it. She continues to pull out more towels and she sees Tracy's body underneath the bed and starts sobbing. Cecilia creeps behind Emma and tells her that Alex went insane and almost killed her, and they need to leave as soon as possible. Emma sees Cecilia wearing Alex's half of their necklace and says that it's time to call the police, and Cecilia immediately refuses and says that there isn't any time to call the police. Cecilia goes to grab Emma so that they can leave, but she slips on the towels and hurts her head and passes out. Emma wakes up tied to a chair wearing a red wig. Cecilia goes to grab nail polish to put on Emma, and she manages to drop her necklace and uses the sharp parts of the heart to rip the tape off her hands. She hits the nail polish out of her hand and takes the rope to strangle Cecilia, but Cecilia reaches and grabs the scissors and stabs Emma on her shoulder to free herself from the rope. Emma asks Cecilia where Fran is, and she says that she didn't mean to hurt her, and things just spiraled out of control. Cecilia then says that she's sure she and Emma will get through this. Then Emma calls Cecilia a psychopath and always has been if she thinks that Emma is going to forgive her for killing her fiancé and friends. She takes their time capsule and throws it into the fire, and Cecilia goes crazy and has a mental breakdown. Emma manages to call the police, and Cecilia attacks her for doing that. She slaps Emma over and over, but Emma manages to also get the upper hand and gets on top of Cecilia and slaps and beats her up as well. Alex enters the house, and because of her now horrible vision, she can't differentiate between them and accidentally attacks Emma and even bashes her head in. Cecilia then takes a video of Alex attacking Emma and even thanks her verbally. And that's when Alex realizes that she actually killed Emma instead of Cecilia. Alex then goes after Cecilia, but she's shot in the forehead by a police officer. The police officer asks Cecilia if she's okay, and she nods yes. She crawls to get Emma's part of the heart necklace and puts the two half hearts together. We then see Cecilia again making a video for her Instagram explaining her surviving the Alexandra Kudis massacre, and she even wrote a book about it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sissy. Thanks for watching.